Is listening to English hard for you? Don't worry, you can do it. Hi, welcome to a new short story on In English with Lisa. This video is for listening practice. I write all the stories and I speak them. No robots, no artificial intelligence. What will happen in today's story? Let's find out together. Get ready to listen and learn. The Resignation Letter. Chapter 1. A Bad Day. David Brown works at a large company. He is an accountant. Every day he sits at his desk for 8 hours. He looks at numbers and checks financial reports. He monitors money coming in and going out. Lately, he feels exhausted and bored with his job. Today is Monday. David wakes up at 6 a.m. He doesn't want to go to work. He drinks a cup of hot coffee. He takes a quick shower. He puts on his favorite blue suit. He looks nice, but he doesn't feel happy. At work, David sits at his small desk. His phone rings. It's his boss, Mr. Wilson. David, I need the financial report now, says Mr. Wilson. I'm working on it, replies David. I need a little more time. No more time. I want it in 1 hour, demands Mr. Wilson. David feels upset. The report is complicated. 1 hour isn't enough time. He works quickly. He skips lunch. His head starts to hurt. At 5 p.m., David is still at work. Everyone goes home, but he stays. He finally finishes the report at 8 p.m. He feels angry and disappointed. Then David has an idea. He opens a new document on his computer. He begins to write a letter. Dear Mr. Wilson, he writes, I don't enjoy this job anymore. I work too many hours. You never appreciate my work. I want to leave this company. David continues writing. He mentions all the problems at work. He complains about the terrible coffee. He talks about the office being too cold. He points out how nobody ever smiles. When he finishes, he saves the letter. He names it My Resignation Letter. He feels better now. He shuts down his computer and heads home. In the office next to David's, Susan Roberts is also working late. She is new to the team. She likes David. She thinks he is friendly and helpful. She sees his light go off. She wants to say hello, but he leaves too quickly. Susan returns to her work. She needs to print some documents. She walks to the printer. She notices someone left papers there. She picks them up. It's David's report. Under the report, she finds another paper. The title says, My Resignation Letter. Susan doesn't want to read it. It's private. But she sees David's name. She reads a little. Then she reads more. She feels surprised. David is leaving, she thinks, but he's so good at his job. She takes the letter back to her desk. She isn't sure what to do next. Chapter 1 Comprehension Questions. Number 1. What is David's job? A. Teacher. B. Accountant. C. Doctor. The correct answer is B. Accountant. Number 2. Why is David upset? A. He is sick. B. His boss wants a report in 1 hour. C. He lost his keys. The correct answer is B. His boss wants a report in 1 hour. Number 3. Who finds David's resignation letter? A. Mr. Wilson. B. David's friend. C. Susan. The correct answer is C. Susan. Chapter 2. The letter goes around. The next day, Susan arrives at work early. She wants to return the letter to David, but David isn't at his desk. She waits. At 9:30 a.m., David walks in. He looks tired and stressed. "Good morning, David," says Susan with a smile. "Good morning," says David. He doesn't smile back. Susan wants to mention the letter, but Mr. Wilson announces a meeting. Everyone goes to the conference room. Susan puts the letter in her bag. She decides to talk to David later. During the meeting, Mr. Wilson talks about profits. He discusses working harder and longer hours. He doesn't thank the team for their efforts. Susan glances at David. David stares at the floor. After the meeting, Susan returns to her desk. She takes out the letter. She reads it again. She thinks David expresses what everyone feels. More people should read this, she thinks. She makes several copies of the letter. She removes David's name. She writes, "From a tired employee" at the bottom. Then she places copies in the break room. During lunchtime, employees visit the break room. They notice the letter. They read it. They start talking about it. "This is exactly how I feel," says one employee. "Yes, I think the same way," agrees another. "Who wrote this?" wonders a third employee. Nobody knows, but everyone discusses the letter. They talk about the heavy workload. They mention how management doesn't listen to their concerns. David goes to the break room for coffee. He notices people reading papers. He looks closer. He recognizes his own words. His heart starts racing. Who found his letter? How? Why? He picks up a copy. He reads it carefully. Yes, these are definitely his words. But his name isn't there. Nobody knows he wrote it. He feels nervous, but also slightly proud. Susan watches from the doorway. She sees David reading the letter. She notices him smile a little. She believes she made the right decision. That afternoon, more employees read the letter. They share it by email. They discuss it during breaks. Even workers from different departments read it. Mr. Wilson doesn't know about the letter yet. He spends the day in important meetings. At the end of the day, David looks for Susan. He wants to talk to her. He suspects she found his letter, but Susan already left for home. David goes home too. He thinks about the letter all evening. He didn't send it to anyone, but now everyone is reading it. He feels worried, but also curious. Maybe things will improve now. Chapter 2 Comprehension Questions. Number 1. What does Susan do with the letter? A. She gives it to David. B. She puts it in the trash. C. She makes copies and puts them in the break room. The correct answer is C. She makes copies and puts them in the break room. Number 2. Does David know who shared his letter? A. Yes, he knows it was Susan. B. No, he doesn't know. C. Yes, he knows it was Mr. Wilson. The correct answer is B. No, he doesn't know. Number 3. How do the other workers feel about the letter? A. They are angry about it. B. They agree with it. C. They don't read it. The correct answer is B. They agree with it. Chapter 3 Good Changes. The next day, everyone at work is talking about the letter. Mr. Wilson finally reads it too. He doesn't look happy. He calls an emergency meeting. Who wrote this letter? He asks. Nobody answers. This letter creates a negative atmosphere, he says. We are a team. We need to work together. Then something unexpected happens. A worker stands up. It's Olivia, a quiet woman from the sales department. I think the letter makes good points, she says. We work too many hours. We need more support. We want to enjoy our jobs. Mr. Wilson looks surprised. Then another worker stands up, and another. Soon many employees are speaking up. They share their concerns. They suggest ways to improve the workplace. David sits quietly. He listens to everyone. He feels proud. His words started this conversation. Now people are speaking up. Now change is possible. Mr. Wilson listens too. At first he seems annoyed, but gradually he begins to understand. He realizes the employees aren't happy. He sees that they want to do good work, but they need better conditions. Okay, says Mr. Wilson finally. I hear your concerns. Let's make some changes. Let's create a better work environment. Everyone applauds. They feel hopeful. They return to work with renewed energy. Susan sits beside David. Did you write that letter? She asks quietly. David looks at her. He hesitates. Yes, he admits, but I didn't share it. I just wrote it because I felt frustrated. How did you know? I found it next to the printer, says Susan. I'm sorry I shared it without asking, but look at the result. It's positive. David considers this. He isn't angry with Susan. She did something brave, and now things are improving. Thank you, he says sincerely. Maybe it was the right thing to do. Over the next few weeks, Mr. Wilson keeps his promise. He hires additional staff to share the workload. He begins to acknowledge good work. He even replaces the old coffee machine in the break room. David doesn't quit his job, he stays. He still works with numbers every day, but now he feels better about his work. He smiles more often. He chats with Susan daily. They eat lunch together. They share jokes and stories. One day, Mr. Wilson invites David to his office. David, he says, you're doing excellent work. We want to offer you a promotion. It includes a salary increase. David feels surprised. Thank you, he says. And one more thing, adds Mr. Wilson. I know you wrote that letter. I'm not upset. You helped us recognize what needed to change. I appreciate your honesty. David walks back to his desk. He feels happy and relieved. He looks at Susan. She smiles at him. Good news? She asks. Very good news, replies David. That evening, David and Susan go to a restaurant after work. It's their first date. They talk and laugh for hours. David thinks about his resignation letter. He never actually submitted it, but it changed everything. Sometimes the best things happen when we least expect them. Chapter 3 Comprehension Questions. Number 1. What does Mr. Wilson do after reading the letter? A. He fires David. B. He calls a meeting. C. He closes the company. The correct answer is B. He calls a meeting. Number 2. How does the company change after the letter? A. It gets worse. B. Nothing changes. C. Mr. Wilson makes good changes. The correct answer is C. Mr. Wilson makes good changes. Number 3. What happens between David and Susan at the end? A. They go on a date. B. They find new jobs. C. They become enemies. The correct answer is A. They go on a date. Epilogue. 1 year later. It's a sunny Monday morning. David walks into the office with a smile. The office looks different now. The walls are painted in bright colors. Plants sit on many desks. People say good morning to each other. David sits at his new desk. He is now a team leader. He has 5 people working with him. He helps them when they have questions. He makes sure they don't work too late. Susan walks in. She kisses David on the cheek. They are getting married next month. They found love because of a letter that was never sent. Mr. Wilson passes by. Good weekend? He asks. Great weekend, David replies. How was yours? Mr. Wilson and David now talk like friends. The whole company feels like a family. At lunch, David and Susan sit in the break room. The resignation letter hangs on the wall in a frame. Under it, there are words in gold. Speak your truth. Good things will follow. David looks at Susan. I'm glad I wrote that letter, he says. And I'm glad I found it, Susan replies with a smile. The end.